Hello there, this is Michael E. Stern and I'm working with Layer Cake Elements and Photoshop to show you how easy it is to drag, drop, and create. Let's get to it. This week's tutorial I call Transform Again and Again and Again. This is an undocumented keyboard shortcut, and this allows you to repeat a transformation with the simple click of a few keys. And if you size your layer and rotate it and change it slightly, you can create repeating patterns, you can create perspective. It's a fun way to replicate an object to fill in a space. It has some graphic design possibilities I will show you with the butterfly. And one caveat, this does not work with smart objects, so if you are beginning this technique with a smart object, you should go to Layer, Smart Objects, and Rasterize will not be grayed out, and you'll rasterize the layer, the object on the layer. So the first thing I'm going to do is Command or Control T to bring up the transform dialog box, and you know it's not a smart object because there's no X through it, as we learned in the previous two tutorials. I do have the grid up, which is Command or Control quotation marks, because I want to see where I'm moving it. Now I can Alt Shift drag, or I can click this link button and dial in what I'd like, and I'm going to put it 95%, and then I'm going to move this over a little bit and slightly down and hit return. And now I'm going to do Command or Control Z to undo it. Now here's the fun part. Shift, Alt, Command or Control and hit the letter T, and you can repeat this as long as you'd like. I'm going to turn off the grid, Command or Control quotation marks. Can you see some possibilities there? The more you space it, the more of a pattern you can get. The closer you space it, you're going to get a different kind of pattern. Now I'm going to hit the delete key and just get rid of these layers. I'm now going to move this down, and again Command or Control T and Alt or Option Shift and make this a little smaller and move it up and hit return. And once I set the transformation, I want to undo it. Command or Control Z undoes it, and again Shift, Alt or Option, Command or Control, and just hit the letter T. And look at that. Isn't that fun? And I can go back, look at the perspective there. This is kind of an Escher type of thing. I'm now going to Image, Rotation 180 degrees, and now we have this sort of Escher type quality to it. It really has a lot of possibilities. Command or Control Z to undo that. And now the delete key, and I'm just hitting delete, 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 la, 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 la. Now let's try the butterfly. I am going to move the butterfly down here, and I'm going to try to get it to curve and go out that way. So again, Command or Control T. I'm going to move the rotation point of this command, of this dialog, of this control box up to the upper left. I'm going to rotate slightly. Again, Shift, Alt at the same time. I make it a little bit smaller, and I'm going to move it up a little bit. And I'm going to hit return. And now I'm going to do Control or Command Z. And now the keyboard shortcut, Shift, Alt, Command, T, T, T. I mean, come on, you gotta applaud that one. Isn't that cool? I mean, look at the possibilities of that. I mean, it's just endless what you can do. The more you space out the objects and put space between them, the more white space, or in this case, if I scroll down here to the bottom of the layer palette, click it and do Command or Control I to invert it. I mean, you gotta love that look. It just has so many possibilities. The texture, what you can create in the skies, and add little nuances, or use these objects and create your own backgrounds or thematic objects for greeting cards or announcements. The possibilities are endless. Again, move your object with the transform dialog box or the transform handles, however you like to do it. Up in the controls, I just click one of these. You either can click and change your size up here and do all your movements along the top up here, or you can do it just by simply holding and moving it here on the screen, and then hit return and then immediately undo it. That sets it into the program, and then Shift, Alt or Option, Command or Control, hold those three keys down and just keep hitting the letter T, and you're going to get this kind of a pattern. Very cool. Till next time. Thanks for watching this tutorial. Layer Cake Elements and I thank you for your time. This is Michael E. Stern. Be sure to catch me at my weekly radio show about photography at buildabetterphotograph.com, live Fridays at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Take care, everybody.